Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Crushing Cans on Habs Tonight. I'm joined with my usual co-host, Derek Weiss. How's it going today, bud?
Good. Just got off the ice, got home like 15 minutes ago. We're rolling.
Getting ready to roll. Cans on a Saturday,
Yeah.
nothing better.
Oh, it could be hockey, but
That's true.
is what it is. Last night was
game
pretty
tomorrow.
Good. Yeah,
Winnipeg.
huge blizzard makeup.
Yeah, no. No, just quickly for those that don't know, Derek and I like having a couple beers here. We'll talk some hockey. Not necessarily. We don't really stick to just Habs. This is where you can kind of get that escape from just Montreal stuff if you guys get a little bored or tired of it. But we'll playoff preview tonight. We'll have some drinks. We'll shoot the shit and have some fun. Hopefully everybody's having a good Saturday.
I'm still on the fence with a few picks. I have no idea, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, there's some interesting matchups going on here. But first, I don't know if you want to start off with the East or West, but
you want to just go one each side, bounce kind of back and forth. That way,
that works. Works for me. What do you think?
I don't know where you want to start. President's Trophy winner.
Sure. Let's start with the Florida Panthers.
The Cats. My pick last year to win the cup. Maybe I'm a year late. I don't know.
So we got the Florida Panthers matching up against the Washington Capitals. What are you thinking here?
I don't want to write the Caps off. That power play it can be lethal, right?
Yeah.
Florida can score at will. I mean, there's a lot of factors here, though, right? Like Florida's power play, same thing as Washington, can shoot the lights out. Hoobie's, I think, Barkov. Sooner or later, like these guys have now stepped out of that, underrated kind of thing or whatever. But now you gotta shine here.
Yeah, you got to step up, and that's the thing with Florida too. We know they're going for it. I mean, you can tell by the deadline, getting Giroux in there, Ben Sherrod added on D. The big thing for the Washington Capitals will have to be if they can stay healthy. I mean, Ovi's going to be ready for game one, but Backstrom, he hasn't played every game this year. He's battling injuries, and I think they're just kind of resting him. And then Mantha's coming back from a surgery. And
she's been in and out all year.
She's in and out.
I think he had conky problems this year. No,
I'm not sure exactly what it was, but that's if I'm a Washington Capitals fan, the one thing would be the injuries in the top six, and then you got to think the goaltending too.
Can Bob get it done?
Well, that's just it. Can Samsonov or Vitek Vanacek outduel Bobrovsky or Knight, depending? The goaltending is kind of a question mark in both. Bobrovsky's had a great year, but
I wouldn't say it's you have to outduel the guy. You just make your 20, 25 saves. Don't let in any softies.
Yeah.
Right? Because you see it all the time. Playoffs, tight game, soft goal, it's a dagger.
Oh, game 7 last year, the Habs Leafs, that 5-hole goal Campbell let in from Gallagher. It's just an instant dagger.
Right?
It's just backbreaking too.
There's got to be a lot of pressure on Florida too, because you got the President's Trophy curse. You got, you're built to go this year too. So
yeah, they have a great forward group. I mean, their top 6, top 9, all capable of scoring. I think their decor on Florida is better than what the Capitals have. I think it's quite easy to say. It all depends too if Ekblad's come back. I mean, Florida's doing decent even without Ekblad.
That's
Ekblad back in the mix.
Yeah, and then you got to think he's back game 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, I think so.
They start Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesday night down in Sunrise.
FLA.
So if you had to take right now out of that series, Florida versus Washington, I am going to assume you're leaning Florida since you picked them last year to win the cup.
I did, and I was right. 100% I was right. They got screwed. No, I this is where I hate picking games and stuff because it's tight game, one shot, right? So
yeah.
On that note, Cats in 6.
Yeah, it's pretty. I think that's what's going to come across the board, regardless of who says it. Is Florida in 6, just because it seems most likely. I have to say, I'd have to say the same. I mean, Barkov, Huberdeau just firing. The addition of Giroux to take some of those key face-offs. The Duclair's having another great year. Reinhardt's
Jumbo's
doing good.
Jumbo
Jumbo's
too,
there.
right? He's probably still putting money on the board through playoffs to get these guys going.
And that decor can play mean. I mean, you got Ben Sherratt, you have Gudis, Uyghur, Forsling's good. Ekblad comes back. I don't know how. Like, if you're a Caps fan, you're in for a rough go. But I don't even know if they're expecting much. But they could also be a sneaky good team too. I mean, they've won the cup before. They still have that core there. But now I have to agree with you. I got to go Florida in 6.
But then that's the thing, though. You see all these teams shoot the lights out all year, and then all of a sudden playoffs come around and the scoring dries up. Yeah. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what changes, but you're right. You know what I'm saying?
Would we'll talk about like dark horses after, or one team that's going to flip the script. But we'll move over to the West for another one. Let's talk about this series, because I really want to get into this one. Minnesota, St. Louis.
You'd spend the whole hour on that one.
It's a shame that these two are playing the first round.
I don't know who to pick here, because we were talking last night there. It could be 4. It'll be so tight. It could be one shot every game, overtime. This could be a sweep, and everyone would be like, "Oh, you got swept." Well, right?
Yeah.
Or
it could be overtime every game sweep.
Yeah.
Or it could go to 7. Like this series.
This reminds me of those St. Louis Kings series from like years back.
Yeah.
Those were the best.
Yeah. And in St. Louis, I mean, Husso's been I'll argue Husso's the starter. I mean, that's
common. 100% he is. 100%.
But St. Louis can play a heavy game too. You got the factor Ryan O'Reilly.
I agree with that comment.
Yes, 1,000%. We can get into that after. St. Louis and Mini have been two of the hottest teams since Christmas, basically, January, February. And it's a shame that they're playing the first round.
I think combined they've only lost like 8 games, something like that. Like, it's crazy. But then St. Louis is 9-0-1 in their last 10 against Mini. So pick your poison here. Who's in net for Mini game 1? Talbot or Fleury?
I think they're going to go Talbot. They relied on him all year. You got to give them the net. You don't know? But then
you brought him in, man. He's been playing good.
I know.
What's Talbot done to, like, he's had regular season success. That's great. Fine. That doesn't win you fuck all. So
no, I agree. I just think in the mindset of, I don't know about like the players, or you've had Talbot there all year. I think you got to give it to him, but then you can almost create that goalie controversy. If Talbot goes down game 1, do you toss him and go Fleury game 2, or do you let Talbot go down 2 and then bring in?
I don't think you can go down 2 in this series.
No,
you go down 2, and it's gonna be tough to come back. No Foligno either.
He was taken out last night with a knee on knee.
Yeah. So what's his status?
I have no idea what his status is, but so if you're what do you like about St. Louis in the forward group?
They got 9 20-goal scorers, man. This team can score. Like, they don't, shoot the lights out 7-8 every night, but everybody scores.
It was crazy to me that O'Reilly finally hit 20 last night, or 21 or 22 last night.
My boy Bushi.
Blows my mind, but
Bushi's gonna have a playoff.
Robert Thomas, Jordan Kyrou, Tarasenko back to form.
Tarasenko's been asking for a trade all year, and the guy's like, "Yeah, okay, you don't want to trade me? Fine, I'll shoot out, put 30 up, but hey, good luck paying me after this."
But that's another quality player in the playoffs too. I love how he plays.
Money and that defense core. Yeah, there's no Pietrangelo there when they had the cup run, but I think Torrey Krug is arguably just as good as being back there. Right? He's done it. He's done it with Boston. Guys, how many year vet in the league? So
yeah,
I've been harping St. Louis to go all the way.
For a couple months now, you've been saying.
Yeah, I've been on St. Louis for a while here. I like the depth, and they can skate. Like you saw them play Colorado. Like this team, they're heavy too, right?
Yeah.
They're
And
not
then
only
sorry.
The deeper the series goes, I think it's a coin toss with Mini, but whoever comes out of it, you're gonna be bruised, but you can grind teams down. Or I think
absolutely.
other teams don't have that to help them out.
Yeah. And then on Mini's side, fantastic year by Kaprizov this year, 47 goals, 61 assists for 108 points.
Mini record.
Yeah, I've been high on Kaprizov since watching him play with Romanov for CSKA. But Fiala and Zuccarello, he's a question mark to play the game one.
No, he'll play.
Oh, you definitely will, but they're saying right now he's a question mark. Just so Zuccarello, you got Hartman, Eriksson, Goudreau, Foligno's out. Matthew Boldy's a great addition. Greenway's back healthy. You said
Guy's a machine, man. Yeah, they got good D too.
They do.
Like,
Spurgeon, Dumba.
This is going to be hands down, I think, the best series to watch. This is where I am. This is where I am every night. I'm watching this series. I don't care. I'm making time for this one.
No, absolutely. So, so like we said at the start, like you said, this game or this series, could easily be a sweep of 1-goal games.
Yep.
Like very tight hockey. The sweep doesn't necessarily mean
you got swept.
Sucked. Yeah, like they didn't suck for 4 games, but it could be 1-goal game every time. But this could also go 7, very easy.
Could go 8 with the overtime, 9. You know what I mean? Like,
this series is overtime written all over it. I think.
Over under on overtimes
in this series.
Yeah,
I think you're getting at least 2 overtimes.
I'll say 3. I'll say 3.
Okay.
Who you got
for next series?
Who are you taking in that one?
Oh, in that series, I gotta go Mini.
Oh, fuck off! Come on.
I think St. Louis. In my brain, St. Louis, I think, is going to move on. In my heart, just because I'm a Kaprizov fanboy, and I had Boldy too, and I like Fleury, so I'm going to say Mini in 7. Even though my brain is saying St. Louis is probably going to win, but
I'll say Blues in 6.
That's fair. I can agree.
And the thing is, like, I hate guessing games. It's just it's a crapshoot, really.
It is. But I saw one crazy stat. Husso is like almost undefeated against Western teams.
Yeah, he doesn't lose.
No, not to the West.
He's good.
And then if he falters, you got Bennington, who's got it done before.
Yeah,
I know he hasn't had the greatest year this year, but he's got it done before, and I think he can tap into something else come playoff time. I mean, they all do. All the good guys do.
And the thing is, there's not a lot of travel. You're going to one city and back. Like, you're isolated. You're with your team. You're laser focused, right?
Oh, one interesting thing I heard, the travel thing, because a lot of these players are getting out of their what's it called, COVID immunity thing, where they don't have to get tested. Because if they got COVID, they had like a 90-day window where they didn't have to test.
Let's call it as it is. Nobody's getting tested. It's playoffs.
You cross the border, you have to.
There's
why some baseball teams and stuff have been flying to the border and driving across, because if you drive across, you don't have to. And there's a Pierre LeBrun was saying that's why the Bruins left 11 guys home yesterday instead of going to Toronto, because why risk the chance of testing, going back and losing those guys?
Just that's so stupid. I'm not getting into that.
I'm not bringing it up.
You want to grind my gears like this? We're 15 minutes in here. Let's keep it.
There are people that are
keep it down the middle here.
I think somebody said Toronto might drive across the border to like Buffalo and then fly if they have to because of certain rules. So just something I thought of. I heard a
why not? Why not?
I mean, if you can avoid testing, why would they?
Well, you got like Susie's comment there. The Buffalo airport's going to be busy, but they don't go through anything. You drive in, you go out, you go to your own tarmac, you go right onto your own plane, you're gone.
Yeah.
There's no issues there, right? So why not?
Speaking of Toronto, just from what we were, let's get into this series. This
Maybe
one is
maybe the boys go over early to go see the Buffalo Ballet.
at least Tampa might be the best series. This is going to be interesting. This is a big test for Toronto.
I would love to see Toronto get over the hump here.
Yeah.
I want Matthews to go and score 30 in the playoffs. I would love to see that.
No better team than Tampa. We know how Tampa can be. Back-to-back Cup champs. Solid lineup, solid goaltending, solid all over. There's a reason why they won 2 in a row and going for 3.
I think this year there's a different swag with the Leafs.
You think so?
I think there's something different about this team this year where there's not going to be guys not scoring.
Yeah.
I think they got a different feel now. Everybody's clicking. I think Marner's going to, flip off all the reporters like, I can't do shit here. And I think this is the year they go.
Yeah. And I think Bunting's a big help for that top line too. There's a little bit more balance in that lineup.
And they got that. I hate, I don't think these guys are going to do much, but Simmons and that fourth line there, I think because Kucherov's got a short wick. Look at everybody's goalies though. How many goalies in the East have won a cup?
Vassy.
1. How many goalies in the West have won a cup in the playoffs?
3.
You can, goalies are. Someone's got to step up this year.
Yeah, and Campbell doesn't have to exactly outduel Vasilevsky.
No.
Campbell just has to give them a 910, 920. I'd say 920, 930.
I'd even go 850. North of 850, you should be all right.
850, Jesus, that's not that bad. Yeah, I was going to mention that. The addition of Gio seems to do a lot.
I think it's going to tighten up so much in this series, and it's going to be power plays.
You think so?
Yeah, you got to remember, 2 shortened seasons, back-to-back, going the distance. Then you got to do a whole grind of the 82. Now you're starting on the road. This testing bullshit's going to come into an effect for some odd reason, I think. Right? That's a lot of hockey, man.
It is, but it's not as much as winning the cup twice in 282 game seasons. We had the shutdown year, a couple months off, played in the summertime, 56 game schedule. It's not like they've done 3 straight seasons. You know what I mean? It's compressed hockey. It's definitely tiring.
It's a lot.
I don't know. Tampa kind of looked like DOA the last month, and then in the last 2 weeks, they're playing big boy hockey again. It's like they know when to turn it on.
Who are they playing, though?
Well, they beat Toronto 8-1.
But when you're in the playoffs in January,
yeah,
there was no race. Everybody's in, right? So it's
the East was set in November.
Yeah, so it's not like we got a really grind. Big deal. You got beat 8-1 in the regular season. That means nothing, right?
So if you're a Toronto fan, and I know Toronto gets all the hate.
Game 1's huge. Got to win game 1.
Game 1's huge because they have home ice. Toronto does have home ice, which is massive.
Even if you split, you have to split in Tampa too. You got it. 2-2 is best case scenario going down the stretch. Best of 3, absolutely. With
home ice. But if you're a Toronto fan, is there? I know they all said, even Marner and Matthew, they've all said the regular season doesn't mean shit. They haven't won a playoff series in 18 years.
I hate how everyone gets
they
on
lose
them.
They lose round 1 against Tampa Bay of all teams. Is it the same kind of?
No,
we fucking lost again in playoffs.
Okay, we can argue go back to 1 versus 8. It doesn't matter. It's Toronto, Tampa, either way that way, which is funny. I think so.
No,
I don't have nothing here. Yeah, pretty sure it would be 4-5. Right?
No, it would be they're 3 seed. They'd be playing Boston.
I like that matchup a little better.
But you're liking Toronto? You think Toronto gets by?
Toronto in 7.
Toronto in 7.
Toronto in 7.
I find this all comes down to if Matthews and Meyer can keep it up, which I think they can, like they're growing every year. They're not just special teams. I mean, Matthews scored 60 this year.
I think a lot of it too is points from defensemen. That's gonna be big here.
Yeah,
because the big boys are gonna match up, right? Like, yeah, there's gonna be late in the game where you start line matching, but I think for the most part, it's not gonna be, head to head big boys against the big boys. Everyone is gonna try and get that advantage right away.
Yeah. I just think if Campbell falters even a little bit, it's going to be done.
Well, what if Vazzy falters and they go down 0-2? There's no backup in Tampa either.
You get Brian Elliott.
Yeah.
Who's Toronto have? Mrazek's not even on the ice. Oh,
I would take Mrazek over Brian Elliott.
You've never really seen Vasilevsky falter though. We've seen Jack as soon as the pressure gets on.
He's due.
He's due.
He's due.
I'm taking Tampa in 6. Tampa's just too good, too deep.
No.
In all aspects. And then you got Vasilevsky once you get through all that.
You got a Kucherov jersey under that hoodie too, or what?
I'm not
you do. You love him. You love him.
I'd like to see Perry get a cup though.
I heard he sent you a 15 of Bud Light after last year.
I saved the last one. It's right here. I just don't like Cooch. I mean, he's a fantastic hockey player. I just don't like the antics.
I love it. It's good for the game. You need more of it, man. Yeah, you do.
I disagree. I just don't like how the way he handles things, and I don't like him. I don't even know if like if
it's
I met him in person.
It's his face, isn't it? It's his face.
There's something about him I just don't like about his personality. But
I
got Tampa in 6. You have Toronto in 7.
Yep.
Okay. So we're gonna go back to the West, and I want to talk about the Colorado series against Nashville.
Sure. This will be short and sweet.
Colorado in 5.
Colorado in 3. No Saros, no issue.
Is he back?
Dude, that looked bad. And then whatchamacallit, big save Dave, fucking running into the net trying to make a save. Like, dude, it's not baseball. Like, you don't have to go up over the wall to catch it. You're like, come on.
And the flop too. But no, this series is it's unfortunate. I mean, anybody that's facing Colorado is like, fuck. We gotta stay in the city for one more week and then pack up. But I mean, I do want to talk about Nashville though. I mean,
I think this is going to be a lot closer than people think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be
if
a
Saros
lot.
was there, I'd agree.
No, I think this is just the way Nashville is. They're defensively, and then Matty Duchene decided to turn back time here, and
what a bounce back season. 86 points in 78, 43 goals, 43 assists. Philip Forsberg, 42 goals, 42 assists.
Guys breaking nets, man. No, they got a good team there. They got a good team, and I think everyone suspects Colorado just to shoot the lights out. I don't trust Kemper.
No, you've said that all year.
I don't. It's the same as the Grubauer thing, man. Grubauer moves out, great goalie, yeah, team in front of you. If it comes down to a one-shot thing, I'm not saying Rittich is. No. But I don't know, man. Something's weird there.
I think they have enough talent they're going to get through Nashville, but I agree it's not going to be
it's not going to be 4
slaughter fest, but I think it's going to be 5. Just because
Nash Vegas gets rocking, man. That's
true. And then Roman Josi too. What he's done this year is incredible. It's a shame that so many guys popped off because 90-some points as a D-man pretty much got Nashville into the playoffs himself. Him and Duchesne.
He's not getting the Norris. Sorry.
I know. You don't even think he's gonna get the Norris?
No.
96 points in 80 games.
I'm on Team McCarr, man.
Yeah. But I don't like. I think Josi deserves it more for the all-around game and fucking leading his team.
How many games did Makar play? I know he was hurt for a while.
I will check you.
Guy like banged home 30.
He had 86 points in 77 games.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and Yossi's got 96 in like the same amount of games.
No, it's good games in hand.
Yossi?
Couple. I don't know. I kind of zonked out there. Sorry.
So Makar,
I'm right. I'm right. You're wrong.
96 points, 80 games. So 3 more games, 10 more points.
It's not the question, dude. Like, right?
I think Yossi deserves the Norris, but in that series, obviously, I think everybody's going to chalk up Colorado. That's bulletin board material. If you're Nashville, though, kind of do the old Montreal Canadiens approach of last year and
see, and that's
the table.
The thing is, there's always upsets. It's never again. I'm not saying this is where it's happening, but if this one ends up going 7, not going to be surprised. Like Nashville's gritty. They can play.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's tough. I mean,
Colorado's
been pegged from the start.
I'll play on the safe side. I'll go Avs in 6.
I got Avs in 5. Not much more we can really say about that. Colorado's just a wagon. Everybody knows how good they are. I think they're fully healthy for the first time this year, too. I don't even know if they've played a game where everybody on that roster has been healthy at the same time.
X Factor, Kadri, taking a sussy. He's due.
Ooh, yes or no, he gets suspended first round?
No.
Yes.
No.
Wonder what the odds are. If you bet yes.
Contract year.
You imagine? That'd be what, 4 years in a row?
You can't. Contract year.
Oh,
you can't.
You imagine 4 years in a row he gets suspended first round, his team loses, bounces.
Imagine betting on that like 3 years ago. Come on, baby.
I'd buy tickets and try to get him to kill me in the stands and get suspended.
You're throwing popcorn at him up in the press box.
Like that idiot threw hot dogs at Kessel.
We're not getting into that either.
No. Okay. All right. Carolina ridiculous. Hurricanes, Boston Bruins. We talked about this last night. Besides the border thing I brought up, Boston leaving out 11 guys. Do you think that's on purpose to like, hey, we don't care if we beat Toronto because then we have to play Toronto? And I don't think Boston's scared of Toronto either. But they're like, hey, let's face Carolina where
we want to go in the Metro.
Exactly.
I'm not going through the meat grinder of the
Atlantic.
Yeah, no thanks. Mm-mm.
No.
Because we can't score 8-9 goals a game with whoever's coming out of those series.
Yeah.
Like, if you think like that's crazy, the 4 teams in the Atlantic that 2 are going home.
I know.
And I like this is where depending on goaltending is like Freddie's right. Where is he?
True. I don't think he is. Pierre LeBrun said he's not going to be ready for game 1. And then they're concerned if he can ramp it up because he couldn't ramp it up last year when he was trying to come back for playoffs.
He's soft.
So you got Antti Ranta.
He got Toronto.
He injured 2 weeks ago.
That guy literally gets here's the baton, dude. The team's yours, and he falls apart everywhere. He's been. I think you guys been on 5-6 teams. No,
Ranta.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been
New York, Chicago,
Arizona,
Phoenix.
Arizona.
It's
Phoenix, yeah.
Yeah, I call him Phoenix, whatever. Where else has he been? He's been on a few other teams. This guy's bounced
every time he gets the net, he just gets hurt.
Yeah, the wheels fall off. Like it's like a kid that like 25 years old with training wheels on. Like, come on.
I know Carolina has Aho and Svechnikov, but like Boston's not heavy.
They are high end players, but I don't put them
no superstar game breaker.
Exactly. They're not top end superstars.
Yeah.
Right? Where Boston has the 3-headed monster they can put together.
And they're not even put together right now, and they're firing.
Right? DeBrusque. Again, guy wants out, guy wants a trade, not going to give it. All right. I'm going to force your hand here because you're not going to afford me. Taylor Hall's finding it again.
Eric Hall is a surprise as a 2C, and he's thriving.
Man, The guy's always been a stud, though. But and then
Yeah.
you gotta beat out Charlie Coyle.
I drafted him this year in fantasy because it's like he's going to be the 2C in Boston with Hall
They gave
and
it to Coyle
Smith.
though to start. No,
What's that?
Charlie Coyle was a start. No, 2C there.
That's who I drafted, expecting to have a great year, and he just couldn't get it done. And then Eric Hall comes out, and now that they've split that 3-headed monster, I think they're running DeBrusque, Bergeron, Marchand, then past Paula and Hall in their top six. That's a lethal top six
Yeah,
with a decent decor on the back end.
I like it, and I
And
like
you got
that.
a 1A 1B situation in net too. So
I like the fact that those guys are best buddies. Like they got
Yeah.
legit pissed off when Rask came back. They're like, "Well, what was this?"
Mhm.
I like that because if one guy has a bad game and they change it, they're both supportive of each other. It's not big media
it's not
issue.
drama.
No, it's all right, Bud K. I dropped the ball. You pick it up. Let's go.
It's like Fleury and Murray were in Pittsburgh. Like it's well known Fleury's a great teammate. It didn't cause any stir that he was not the one playing. And
Oh,
you need that in
100%.
the room come playoffs.
Yeah.
You don't want the sideshows. But
Boston.
like you said, I like Boston. Like I like how they play because it's like a heavier, older style, but they can still run and gun if they need to for a bit.
This team has been here how many years in a row? Regardless of, they're rebuilding, they're retooling. This team just gets it done. This is another like Pittsburgh team that's always there, just without the cups.
Yeah. And Chucky McAvoy on D, Brandon Carlo, Grizzlick.
Grizzlick's underrated. I like that guy.
Yeah. No, I honestly think Carolina's got their hands full.
Boston in 6.
I like that. I got Boston in 6 or 7. I think for the one upset in the East, I think that's your upset. I don't even know if you can consider an upset with Carolina's goaltending situation, but I'm not high on Carolina. Yes, I know they have Aho, Svechnikov. They're deep, kind of even 3-4 lines, right? Like there's no drop off, right? Like they all produce.
I picked Carolina at the beginning of the season to go all the way to the final, but no goaltending, and they struggled a bit. Like the Rangers creeped up on them, almost got there.
Yeah. Who's their back end? You got Slavin, you got Tony DeAngelo.
Stud.
He's had a great year.
Stud.
What a
good for him. I draft that guy in fantasy. I'm like, I don't care about his off ice issues. What he does on the ice is what he does. The guy's he's great. He's going to be getting paid.
It's a genius play by the GM in Carolina. You're losing Dougie Hamilton. You don't want to pay him that contract, which is fine. So what do? They find points on the cheap. Tony DeAngelo. You know you're going to get an offensive D-man, and it's exactly what he did. He had a great year this year. I don't give a shit what he does off the ice. Like you said, I could care less about the human Tony DeAngelo. But he's a great hockey player, and he did very well for them.
Shows up to the rink, does his job, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I like it. Nice.
He's down in Carolina. Nobody ballers him. But I still think Boston's coming out of that.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, it's just. I know, like, I'll say it's an upset, but I don't think it is. Just because I'm not. For some reason, I'm not high on Carolina.
Everybody in the East is 100 points or better, man. Like this is your net. Very rarely will you see this.
Yeah.
The parity in the top end of the East this year is awesome. Like it's great for hockey. It's great for the game. And I've been talking about it with everybody because we're trying to make brackets and whatnot. The East, flip a coin. Yeah. Pick whatever you want, right? Because it can go either way this year with anybody.
Yeah, because Capitals could just find the old.
Right.
What was that? 20. What year did they win? 18?
3 years. 4, 3, 4.
19,
4.
18, 19, 18.
Vegas' first year.
Yeah. So whatever year that was.
Right. There you go.
They turn back the clock, and I don't know. Maybe Bobrovsky goes into last year's Bobrovsky. I don't know. But and then Toronto can beat Tampa. Toronto's a good team this year. They're any one of them. But before we start doing like the dark horses or whatever, but let's get into. We have 3 series left. We have Calgary against the Dallas Stars.
Good for Calgary.
You're not on Calgary like I am.
No, Calgary's getting a free pass here.
Oh, they are. But I know when they're playing Nashville last week, you said Nashville.
Oh yeah, if it was Calgary, Nashville, I was all over it. But it's fucking Dallas. They got one line. Who's their goalie? One out of the eight. One out of the eight. I'm a big Ottinger guy. Don't get me wrong. I love the guy. I think he's gonna have a great career. But
well, what's his name went in there and started playing well too at the deadline?
who? One of their 8 goalies, Holtby, Bishop, who was in there maybe once. Yeah, like who else did they have in there? Eddie B, Andy Moog. They had everybody this year.
Wedgwood has came in and done decent.
Scotty.
But no, I agree. Like I've had to sell you on Calgary the last 2 months.
Watched a lot of Calgary games.
You did?
Yeah. Because I had practices late. Like I didn't get to watch a lot of early games.
Yeah, but then how do you not like them?
Always drives up in playoffs. Always drives up in playoffs.
I don't know. Their top line all have 40 goals. Great. I think their whole top line's like 100.
Calgary, I think Calgary has the easiest road to the West Final.
Is that lining up? I sent you a picture. Sorry to the group there.
Yeah,
is that lining Calgary up for Battle of Alberta if they get through?
You're really writing Edmonton through there.
I am.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
All right. So I think Calgary. I thought Calgary, no matter who they're playing, besides maybe Colorado.
I like Markstrom. I think he solidifies everything there, and if the scoring can keep up,
yeah.
I got Calgary in 5. That's Dallas is. I wanted Vegas in because Dallas is horrible to watch. They're pushing. They're pushing to get. They're pushing to get in the playoffs, man, and their building's half empty. Don't bring up Florida because it's Florida. We all know how that goes.
My dad's going on a cruise next week.
Is he going to go to the game?
I think he's undecided because it's like an hour out from where he's actually staying.
He's got to go get a rat for us.
But $50 for a playoff ticket.
Apparently, if you go to certain restaurants, they give it to you for free.
Jesus.
Right?
But no,
we need an hour out. We need a rat.
Yeah, that'd be cool. But sorry, back to Calgary, Dallas. I agree. Dallas is a one-trick pony. That top line, Jason Robertson.
That's it. You shut him down. That's it. It's over. Well, what is it? That one line has 100 and something goals, and the rest of the team
60 or 70% of their points.
And the rest of the team doesn't even have that many. Like you shut down one line. And Heiskanen and Klingberg, you guys underperformed this year. And sorry, Jakey. I think you're going to get lit up. Calgary in 5. Let's roll.
I think you're right. Calgary in 5. It's too.
It might even this might be this might be where the sweep is. I'm saying 5 because it, bounce here or there.
And I don't think Andre can steal enough to.
Even if he plays good, I don't. Calgary's too much. This might be the sweep right here.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. So I was hoping Calgary played somebody a little bit better because I actually enjoy
Nashville. I wanted Nashville down there.
I'd take Calgary in 5, maybe 6 against Nashville too.
This is where I like the fact that Colorado may go 6 and then mini St. Louis 7, where Colorado was to steamroll Dallas in 3, and then Minnesota St. Louis goes 7, and then they come in battered and bruised, and you're almost giving up game 1.
Yeah.
So.
All right, back to the East for the last matchup. This one's interesting. We got the New York Rangers against Pittsburgh Penguins.
My Eastern dark horse.
Pitt?
Rangers, baby.
You're on the Rangers?
I'm on the Rangers.
Really? Even after the Shesterkin wave?
I'm not even mad if Igor shits the bed. Georgiev's got this. That's a good team there, man. That is a good team. The Blue Shirts are a good team. And Buddy has convinced me MSG gets rocking come this time. Look out.
Can the Rangers play that heavy
Modelo's
style?
Comment, Pittsburgh is the underdog. 100%. Pittsburgh is the underdog.
Tristan Yarry's out hurt. he might be back for the first round, but I think DeSmith's starting game one. And DeSmith's been decent lately, but I don't know. Do you think the Rangers have enough experience in like the heaviness of the playoff, the different kind of style it is? That top six?
Does Pittsburgh?
I think so, because that core's been there, done that. Who do you got? You got Sid, Russ, Gensel. You got Malkin, Raquel, and
Zucker.
What's that winger? No, Zucker's not on that wing. Zucker's out hurt day to day right now.
Rodriguez.
No, he's on the fourth after scoring like 20 goals in 20 games.
What did he do? He's probably stole Sid's shoes in the room or something.
Probably moved his stick at the wrong time.
Yeah, right. Don't touch it.
Oh, it's Dan Heinen. Dan Heinen's on the wing with Malkin and Raquel. And then you got Letang, Dumoulin.
Right, Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
this is the conversation almost every year. Can Pittsburgh do it again? I don't think so, man. I think this would be their swan song, but I can't see it.
I think too, with New York, you have the addition. Kopp has been a great addition to their top six.
Yeah.
Size there. He's doing well. I know he's out hurt a bit, but
he was hurt a lot in Winnipeg too. But when he's in the lineup, he can honestly break a game open.
Yeah, and then I like the Rangers decor too. I mean, Miller's growing into his own. You got Trouba, right? Adam Fox, Lindgren does well. Rodriguez knew Ron Francis.
Yes. He just needs some linebacker pads, and we're good to go.
I learned though, never doubt Sid though.
I think the wave that Igor pulled there,
that bulletin board,
right? That I was like, why would
that'll
you
piss
do
Crosby
that?
off?
But you know what though, you get a cocky guy like that, and he's feeling it the way
he can back it up.
There's been no let up all season here.
Yeah,
this guy is, I think, the real deal. The Rangers go through Boston second round. Yeah,
like we alluded to, like if you're Boston, the Metro is the best way to go.
100%.
But no, like with Shesterkin doing that wave, there's two things that happen.
There's more money on the board for Pittsburgh for one.
Yeah, but then there's two kind of personalities I find. The guy that waves, either he goes 30 minutes later after the game, he goes, "Fuck, I should not have done that. Like karma's gonna bite me." Or there's the other guy that goes, "Screw them. I'm dialed in. They're not gonna get through this."
He went and Kuznetsov'd right after that, 100%.
But so who do you got in this one? You got Rangers, Pitt.
Rangers in 5.
Rangers 5.
5.
I think you see Rangers in 6. I think Pitt's just got too much experience to go in 5. But Gallant's got that Rangers team going well, and Shesterkin's going to be a beauty for years to come. I mean, I think he had like a 940 or 930 this year.
He almost rewrote the record books this year, man.
Yeah. And he's up there, like I said earlier, like there's so many people that are in the talks for that. I know it's going to come down to McDavid and Matthews for the Hart. But like you could argue, like I know goalies don't often get the Hart. Like Shesterkin had a great year, Roman Josi the Hart. Like then you had some of the guys in Calgary that having great years. Huberto down in Florida, 116 points.
The fact that Hubie won the race on that team for points by like 25 or 30, and that on a team being that good, I think that that's unreal, man. He had 85 like apples.
Like what's
85?
Like, can you imagine being one of those guys? Like how many guys? I think there's what? At least 6 or 8 that hit 100 points this year. That's a Hart season every other season.
The league this year has been great. It has been awesome to watch, where everybody's really starting to crank it up, right? Numbers are starting to go up again. Goals are through the roof. Like, yeah, people are like, there's none of this. Well, it's regular season. You know what? Let them shoot the lights out. We all know what's coming in playoffs.
Yeah.
Guys are going to be like two-handing each other in the neck, and no one's going to care. So.
And then the goals go down too. It goes into
instead of 8-6, you're going to see 3-2, right? Yeah. Guys will tighten up. They know what's going on. They're not playing fucking 3 and 4s here, so They're going to be fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Modell, I'll answer your question here in a second when we get through this. We're seeing this the last series.
Yeah.
This is the one that we disagree so much on this one. Edmonton, LA.
This is not a, no.
I know what you're going to say.
Mike Smith and Koskinen they are real question marks, man.
Edmonton is the second best team since February 10th. In the
I
NHL.
don't care. I do not care.
So, you thinking LA is going to find the old 2012 magic? And
everyone keeps like throwing like they need to go back. Let's all remember though. Just you can all Google this. When was the last time Colorado got out of the second round? 02. 02. Right? Let's not shit on all these teams and blah, blah, Right there.
This is what I want to talk about.
You have the top two shutdown guys in LA that can, and you've seen it last year. And Deneau he put up 21 this year, shutting guys down.
He received the MVP award for the LA Kings, like their media votes or whatever.
Right? And you got Kopi, you got Iafallo, you got Kempe.
Byfield's back. Kaliev.
The defenseman, missing out. This is going to be a battle.
Doughty not being there.
Oh, Doughty's probably going to be suited up and he's going to be coaching on the bench for all we know.
Browns last year, that's extra motivation too. We saw what Montreal did with Weber,
so Brown's going to play 5 minutes a night and let everybody else go. I respect that. Good for him.
So this is my concern as an
this one goes 7. This one goes 7.
You think so?
Yep.
So I'm thinking you have Kopitar and Deneau shut down Leon and Connor if they're split up. That's a battle of the third and fourth lines. Who's deeper? Who's better?
You have to keep McDavid and Draisaitl together. You have no choice.
They haven't been together in a month or two.
Once you go down 0-2, then you're going to have no choice.
That's true.
And then our boy
EK91.
EK91.
He's on a 40 or 50 goal pace in an 82 game season. I mean, not that I could do it, but I mean, if you're playing with Connor McDavid and you're a decent hockey player, you should be able to. I can't believe it took this long to get McDavid a winger.
They had James Neal, who was on a roll there for a bit a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
But I mean, Evander Kane still has like hockey left in him, like good hockey.
The guy's a stud, man. There's nothing wrong with him.
Well, I mean, there's the off ice parts, but hockey wise, there's nothing wrong at all.
Again,
I mean, he's a $5-6 million player.
It's great for the game. I love it. You need that kind of excitement in the off season.
So you're thinking it goes 7.
It's going 7.
You think Edmonton is deep enough come line 3-4? No.
You've seen it time and time again. This Edmonton team, I think Toronto gets over it this year. Edmonton, you might get through round.
We're on Rumbos.
Yeah, we're getting Rumbos going later. I just some about this Kings team, man. I've watched a lot of their games too this year. Like I was big on the Ducks too. Like that's teams on the up.
Yeah.
It sucks that San Jose is getting left behind in the mix there.
I wonder if Nurse is going to be back.
Again, right? And I just think the way LA plays, it's not fancy. Like this is going to be an ugly series to watch. It's going to be boring. I wonder if
LA is going to trap it or shut it down.
Oh, it's going to be boring. It's going to suck. But I think this might be where another upset is. I will take Edmonton in 6, but not surprised if the Kings pull this out.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to go LA straight out.
No, I'll take Edmonton, right? Because I think just the 9-7 factor.
I can go Edmonton 6 just because I want Battle of Alberta so bad. And I want Battle of Florida bad.
Well, go play NHL then. You can do that way.
No, I think Edmonton gets by LA. I think LA overachieved a bit, but I think they're going to be. They have a great future coming in. That Deneau deal was smart on them because it gives Byfield time with zero pressure to grow. Put Byfield into the 3C, learn. Deneau can drop down to 3C in about 2 or 3 years. It's a fantastic move. And Kopitar still has some good years ahead.
I even tell Halen all the time, I'm like, you really want to watch a good guy, like a great two-way player, you watch Bergeron, you watch Kopitar.
Oh, yeah. I even watched Deneau. I'm happy his offense came out. I'm not saying Deneau is the top 5 center in the league, but fantastic two-way player.
I can't pay with him every now and then. That guy's a stud.
Cup final predictions. Let me see. So the Atlantic's just a shit show.
I'll go Blues and blue shirts.
You going Blues and Rangers?
Sure.
Wow.
Don't be surprised if Boston gets through, because coming out of the Atlantic, I don't think is going to be.
I got to look at the. Picture that says the certain seedings here.
They go through.
I got division. Calgary coming out of the West. I like Calgary out of the West.
I think Calgary's got the easiest way to the East final. Or the West final, sorry.
Okay. That threw me off for a second.
Just making sure you're on your toes.
I think you might see a Calgary-Tampa final.
You just log off right now. We're done.
I'd love to see Colorado go. Calgary versus Florida.
I would love to see a 96 final all over again.
Calgary kind of cool. 2 Canadian teams in the final would be nuts. It'd be awesome.
See, I like a Knicks thing there, like the 96 rematch. That would be awesome. How many times though do the top 2 seeds go through? Right?
That's the one thing we forgot about Colorado series. Francouz is hurt.
Yeah.
Kemper goes down. That's another playoff season where they've lost both their goalies. Kemper goes down, like one bad groin thing. Colorado is iffy.
Dude, not even a groin thing. You take a shot up here and it busts your clavicle or your collarbone, anything.
Yeah.
If
you're Nashville, do you just tell Borowiecki or whatever to just go? Can you imagine being that greasy team that just does not care, just gets it done.
Pure gold.
Okay, you're gonna get a lot of heat for this. You're not gonna do any media for the next year, but go lose an edge.
We'll give you a cash bonus. We'll put it off the books.
Flames Tampa in final. Anton, that's what I'm thinking.
Let's get some new people in the final though. Like it's tough to go 3 in a row.
It is. It hasn't been done since the 80s. Who was it? The Islanders, last team to do it?
Yeah, 4 in a row. 4, wasn't it? I think it was 4. Pittsburgh was supposed to 91, 92. They went back to back, and then 93.
Right behind you.
Right? Right? But when you've heard all the interviews, if you guys listen to Chicklets, Islanders got bounced. Montreal was celebrating because of it. Or no, Pittsburgh got bounced. Islanders beat them. Montreal started celebrating because it was like, okay, this is nobody's touching us. We got a free ride through.
Yeah.
And that's how playoffs work, right? There's some teams that you don't match up against. One team goes down and you're like, all right, boys, let's.
Well, it's exactly like last year how the North was set up. Whoever got through, it was like a free ticket to the conference final. Whoever came out of you know what I mean? Like, honestly, And I'm not trying to dig at Leafs fans because it's whatever, but like
That
last
was
year
your
was like a storybook
we said
fucking
it.
conference
This
final.
is your easiest way to the final that you're gonna get.
And I honestly think if Toronto got through Montreal, Toronto would have went
Mhm.
to the conference final, I think.
But again,
Quite
the more you let teams hang around and stick around, and you don't go up 2,
Yeah.
that's where, okay, guys, we got a shot here. We have a chance here. You start letting belief come in other dressing rooms, you don't need that.
And fuck, what do I want to say? I want to talk about. I know this is kind of a playoff preview, but like we've had some heated.
We can come back after round 1.
Oh, absolutely. But no, I want to talk about.
It'd have to be during the week because
I want to talk about Vegas. We've had some heated debates this week.
I love it. This is an NHL. This is a PlayStation Xbox team, man. You go in the GM mode for 5 years and you load up. You don't care. Let's go.
No,
load up and go.
I feel like I hope.
Would you rather not have Vegas in the playoffs than Dallas?
No, I'd rather Dallas. I'm a
Why?
Robertson guy.
Then they go out in 4. Yeah, thanks for coming out. At least Vegas has a team that can compete.
They couldn't even compete down the stretch.
It's because their fucking goalie's got issues. He doesn't know if he's hurt. You kind of look at the things and like it's nothing again. I don't know what's going on there, but
I feel bad for the players. I respect the players. Like I don't want them to be shit for the players' sake. I hope they suck for the management and owner. I hope they finish 17th every year.
Whoa, you were gonna say what? Dead last?
I was, but then I don't want them to get a first round pick.
Yeah, you
first
do.
overall.
Yeah,
no, I hope they finish 17th.
I'm gonna send you a pair of white gloves.
Nope.
Yep. Yeah.
If you send me a gold helmet, I will walk to Winnipeg and throw it at you.
I'll do you a favor. I'll meet you.
I'll do Connor Garland and just whip it at you. Or Nate McKinnon, sorry.
It doesn't matter. Still a good moment.
But no, what a shit way to run a team where you have guys that get hurt, go on LTIR, then they get healthy, but you don't have enough cap room to get them back in. You trade a guy without telling them. Just what a shit.
That happens everywhere, though. No. You know how many times guys have hurt? Look at Taves when he came out.
Not your number one guy.
Even when Chicago traded him, he goes, if we're in for a rebuild, why are we trading that guy? Like,
Fleury's a fan favorite, and you just gas him.
He wasn't even your number one guy. He's not your guy.
I don't think Leonard's your number one.
Leonard's got the contract. By numbers and the way it goes, Leonard's your number one guy.
Exactly.
He's on his way out.
Your number one guy needs surgery. You don't have enough cap space to do a recall. You make him dress when he can't even play. I think it's just a disaster.
He looked fine to me.
Yeah. I hope they stink and finish 17th for the next 10 years.
No way. They're back in next year, man.
They got to get rid of like 4 guys.
Oh, there's a few bums they can get rid of there. Don't worry. I'll talk to McCrimmon. We'll figure something out. I'm going to order a Vegas hat as soon as we're done here.
If you're a player, if you're seeing all this stuff as a player, you probably don't want to go there because you'll be loved for 1 second and gone the next. Or you get hurt and you never get to play again, even if you're healthy.
As long as you get that contract and you get your money out of there, right? You got guys on teams right now that are garbage and they're going to be garbage for a few years. And you know that, okay, come time this team's going to get good, I'm going to be the odd man out. Well, I want my money now. I don't care how this goes. I'm getting paid. The Carey Price factor in Montreal, this team is not going to be good for a long time, right? Like they're not turning this around in the next 2-3 years. They're not. And he's starting. He's not. You got to trade him. Do right by him and move him out.
He is the final call. He's got no move.
I would say move. I say he goes to Vancouver, goes home.
If he wants to, yeah.
Him and Gallagher package him together, get EK 9-1 back there, and that's it. Cup.
Well, you can't trade Gallagher right now. You need him to have a bounce back here, maybe get rid of him as a deadline. You can't trade Gallagher in the offseason. His value is way too low. Nobody's going to touch the contract. And I love Gallagher. I hope he stays. He said he's got a full offseason of actually training is going to be good for him. But
His hands
With
are
Price,
mangled,
Price is
man.
the full no move. Price dictates where he goes. That's even if he plays hockey next year. He's not even sure he's playing hockey next year.
You know what I heard? He's going to Vegas.
Oh, fuck you. I won't watch the NHL. It'd be basketball.
You can't do that.
Oh, man.
Does that grind your gears?
Where do you think Claude Drew's going to go?
I
think he's going home. I think he's going to Ottawa.
Why?
Because he doesn't care. He's got all the money in the world.
Kadri's on his way out of Colorado.
Yeah, they can't afford him.
Right? Giroux's made the money.
You think Drew's going to take a pay cut to stay in Colorado?
Not a bad place to move. Right?
I think Giroux's going to go home to Ottawa.
For what? You have a
team, man.
Sometimes, man, you got to let the kids learn. Don't be bringing in guys. Philly all those years. Yeah, this is the team. This is the team. There's something wrong there.
I wasn't high.
No, but all these years, this is the team. They have this leadership, and nothing happened. So let's start asking the questions. What really happened there?
Dale said the locker room was like shit.
So
the accountability wasn't there.
And you're going to bring that into an up and coming team that one, if they're healthy enough, eventually you got to let the kids play. Let them figure it out themselves. Bringing in vets to do this. Like,
I don't think it's bringing a vet thing. I think Drew just wants to go home to Canada and play. Where's he? Hearst, Ontario?
No idea. He's not. No, I wouldn't take him.
Want to bet that he plays for Ottawa next year?
No.
One can?
Bet you Price goes to Vegas.
I'll be surprised. Actually, I won't be surprised if he plays.
No,
I'll be surprised if it's for another team. I don't think Price is leaving. I think he stays in Montreal. I think he wants to be in Montreal. He said it today. He's more concerned if he can play hockey to his caliber, and if it's not his caliber,
he's going to see specialists again, isn't he? Somewhere
to get a third opinion. Most likely, he can get surgery again. And he said if he can't play the caliber he wants to play, he's done, which is respectable 1,000%. I have nothing against that. And if he wants to leave, absolutely go ahead. As a Montreal Canadian fan, you can't say shit. The guy got you to a cup final last year. It's been great. I hope he stays 1,000%. But if he goes, as a fan, you got to respect it. I mean, the guy gets to make the final decision, I think.
100%.
He's given enough. It's one of those guys. I know he's a full no move, so technically he has say no matter what anyways. But even if he didn't have a full no move, I think he's earned enough respect where he can go. Or like if you're Kent Hughes, you go to him and go, what do you want, Carey?
I think at this point he might end up in Arizona with everybody else.
Hey man, just a couple years off at the end. Last 2 weeks, fuck it.
Hanging out in the 2,500 seat arena.
Oh man.
You see the prices for that?
It's crazy, but I guess it's normal.
They went off the average.
They took league average. I mean, you got 15,000 less seats than the Bell Center. I hope you can fill 5,000 at that price. I know my Bell Center tickets were a lot more than the most expensive ticket in Arizona.
Yeah, still sucks though. Like
Arizona gets first overall pick. Shane Wright played in front of more fans at his OHL rink than the Arizona building.
He'll thrive there. He'll be all right.
5,600 for the Kingston rink, and then you have 5,000 in Arizona.
They're going to get a college section though. That section will be wild. That section will be rocking.
That's our kind of section. That's a Crushin can. We should sponsor that section.
No, Pink Whitney's doing that.
No, Pink Whitney's getting a booth.
Doesn't matter. That's fine. We don't have that kind of money.
We'll just get a Nick to drop a graphic. Just put a sticker on the wall. We'll pretend we're sponsoring it.
Habs tonight paying for the trip?
Oh, they should send us down there with GoPros. First game. Home opener.
I'm not wearing a GoPro down there. I'm going to tape it. You guys don't need any of this. You just get audio. That's it. Dark horse. Who you got?
Dark horse for the
If anything was to go awry, who's your dark horse?
Dark horse for each. Let's do one for each division or a conference. Sorry, East West.
Yeah, because division you're kind of fucked when you go.
Yeah, I don't want to do division.
The central. The central's like, well, pick your poison there, man. Like it's
my dark horse in the West. Dark horse in the West. You know what? Fuck it. Edmonton. No, he froze. There you are.
No,
it's my dark horse in the West.
I don't.
You get Mike Smith on a heater.
Oh, here we go. It's going to lead the playoffs in points too, right?
Very offensive goalie.
It's not even a dark horse here, but I'm gonna say Mini.
That was my second one, but I was the same thing. Like, a dark horse, but
is that a dark horse though?
I'd have to say though, like nobody's pegging them to be conference final Stanley Cup.
I honestly think
it's all Colorado or Calgary.
Whoever comes out of Mini St. Louis goes right to the final.
Yeah, I can see that. Like that, it's a shame that that's a first round series.
It's horrible, man.
All right, so you go first for East Dark, or finish up your St. Louis Mini thought though.
It sucks. It needs to go back to 1-8.
Yeah, because we'll end the show with the 1v8.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then from the East, Boston.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Pitt. Even though I took Rangers, but I think Pitt could be a dark horse. Fucking, I don't know. It's the last run for that core. They can't sign Letang, Malkin with Gensel, Rust, Crosby.
Letang stays. Letang stays. Gino walks.
You think so?
Maybe Gino ends up in Edmonton with your boy, or Ottawa. My bad.
I wonder where Gino would go. It'd be so weird seeing Gino somewhere else.
Vegas.
But they can't afford both of them. We know that. Fuck it.
You can't let it go, eh?
I can't. There's a disdain.
I want you to throw the mic at this point. I want you to throw the mic.
It's just.
Am I wrong to say that maybe money wise, depending what happens, Gino ends up on Long Island? Because the Islanders, like, I'm just going to throw this out there, they got screwed horribly. That's been one of the best teams in the league this year, and they're going to come back. I'm going to take it beginning of the year, Islanders Cup champs. That's gonna pay huge.
They need more pieces. They don't have that game breaker.
They don't need
Barzal's not the game breaker.
They don't need it.
I know some fans that watch the show that they might have seen on Twitter. You need at least 3 superstars, and then you need at least 6 players having star seasons to win the cup. The last 30 years, I think it is. Like, it's a proven fact. The only 2 teams that are outliers are St. Louis in 2018 or 19, whenever they won. And then was it Dallas? Was it Dallas? Well, I'm in Dallas. There's only 2 teams that have won without like less than 3 superstars. You need that star power.
That team went back-to-back East Finals, dude, with nobody.
No, I know they did.
I
also think they're also a very old team now too.
No, Brock Nelson put up 30 this year.
No, I know that.
Remember last year too, during the playoffs, they didn't have Anders Lee. He was hurt.
Yeah.
I think that team would have beat Tampa if healthy.
It went to 7, right?
Yeah. The Islanders healthy would have beat Tampa. And I think the Islanders would have won the cup.
And they got screwed too. I mean, they had 25 games to start the year on the road or some fucking
probably like
thing.
48, but whatever. Who's counting?
It felt like 20 some games on the road.
And then the COVID where they played their AHL team for 12 games. Like that's more than that's like a 30-year season. But that team,
curious what the Islanders will do.
let's get rid of Chara. Let's be serious here.
I think Chara's done.
Let's throw him out. Lose another couple guys. Letang, maybe Malkin walk in there. Look out.
I think you need something in the top 6, and I think you need one more piece on D.
Kadri.
Because the goaltending's not bad.
Kadri or Gino. Lou has his ways.
Kadri could help.
Right?
Yeah. Kadri would be a great piece there. That's a good one.
On his contract, he's going to get some Springsteen tickets.
Because who do you have in net? You got
Varley and Sorokin.
Yeah.
Why did nobody go after Varley at the trade deadline?
Edmonton would be a one. Like, why wouldn't you try?
Because nobody wants to go to Edmonton. That's why.
Yeah, but you got no say at trade deadline. Different UFA.
I don't know what his contract is. I don't. Whatever. Not stats.
I mean, they got lucky. Mike Smith and Koskinen have been great since middle of February, but I thought Edmonton for sure was going to move for a goalie.
Well, and then after the first round, when they get beat, they're going to be like, we should have got a goalie.
But the story of playoffs, besides some, I know there's a lot of injuries there, just the last couple of weeks, but I think a lot of them are just day-to-days and like mailing it in until playoffs start. Well, goalies have to be the number one thing going into playoffs, right?
Nobody, someone's got to grab that brass ring and be like, I'm
the new guy.
I'm the guy here, right?
Yeah.
So
Shesterkin, I think, has got the most.
We'll try and come back for round 2. How about that?
Oh, absolutely.
I might be in Stoon, so maybe we'll do a road cans thing here because I know I'm busy. We got practices next week, and then we got 3 tournaments in a row. Bang, bang, bang. Yikes. So
we can always go during the week too. Just have a couple bubblies instead or something.
Actually, I'm taking Paisley to her first concert in a couple of weeks.
Who are you watching?
Avril Lavigne.
Oh, she was a skater, boy.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm pumped.
Awesome. But no, so thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight. I mean, it's fun. This is what we do. I know we talk a little bit of Montreal, but this is where you escape from the Montreal talk. Oh. We have some beers, and sometimes I think playoffs, maybe we'll rock some bubblies or whatever. We're just gonna talk sports, have fun. A little escape here.
We'll try and be better than we have been. But I mean, schedules are still.
We need consistency because we'll do a couple shows and then we're gone.
I like that though.
Incognito, but no, it is fun.
I want people to just sit there and be like, "What are they doing?"
And I hope the fans enjoy it too. But we could do like a midweek episode. It's just
not against it. No, Wednesdays don't work for me though.
No, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll try.
So we don't have to have cans of beer every time. We can have some healthy stuff too.
I think we should do this. We should do a live cup final game this year though.
Oh yeah, I'm down. I'd be down to do a can.
I'll twist Buddy's arm. I'll see if we can get him out for one.
And then
I'd
be down to watch a game.
Might have to hold a gun to his head, but I'll see what I can do.
I think
I'll try.
Okay. All right, so I think we're gonna wrap up here. It was a pretty good show. Thank you for hopping in.
Subscribe, follow everyone on the team on socials. Check
your Habs merch.
Yeah,
Habsnight.net. It. They're sweet sweaters.
Yeah.
Oh, twinning. All right.
Weaning.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Cheers.